Niner left, clear for
takeoff.
VOR is right there.
Runway 90 left, clear for takeoff, and left traffic pilot VOR, people 0, thank you.
Fit A2, turn right at Victor, taxi to your ramp. We'll see you later.
Victor, back to our ramp, thank you, Fit A2.
Cessna Niner Bravo Golf, you can land long if you'd like with a left turn at the
coordinated.
Landing right, landing long and with left on the end for 789 Bravo Golf.
Pitch down. Let's get those flaps up.
Runway 5, taxi via Victor.
Pitch down, okay, that was a surprise. I'm not in my... Alright, flaps available.
Caps is available.
700, that's Sarno.
Oh, full power. Always full power.
Right rudder. Well, that was unfortunate.
Here's 1 Charlie Kilo. You're inside a Cherokee that's about 4 mile final, runway 9 left. What type landing do you want?
Destination Tango.
9 left, we're looking for touch and goes. 31 Charlie Kilo.
1 Charlie Kilo, runway 9 left, clear touch and go. Continue left traffic with crosswinds before the VOR.
9 left, touch and go. Left before the VOR. 31 Charlie Kilo.
50-50.
Speed on 100.
Alright.
Without delay, cross runway 9 left.
Let's get that power back. Start descending.
Good turn. Good turn for 100.
North parking with Tango.
48 Melbourne Tower, hold
Start
short,
turn,
runway
please.
5, waiting IFR
Keep
release.
turning.
Hold short for IFR release.
Traffic's over there over the interstate that we're supposed to be
1
turning
Charlie
inside.
Kilo, turn base.
Turning base, 1 Charlie Kilo.
2332 Echo over Abandon Polestar North Parking with Currentated.
Over 2332 Echo, hold over the abandon. I'll get you inbound here in about 3 minutes.
Holding over the abandoned, 32 Echo.
Melbourne Tower, Cherokee
Turn it.
910 Bravo is
Small
high straight
control,
over 9
please,
left
please.
and across the highway.
Cherokee 9210 Bravo, you're following a Cirrus that's on a left base ahead by 1 mile. Unable to stop and go, say your other options.
I would like a full stop, taxi back. I got the traffic inside 10 Bravo.
10 Bravo, roger. Follow the Cirrus, number 2, runway 9 left, clear to land.
9 left, number 2 behind the Sirius, clear to land 10 Bravo.
Alright. Do you feel stabilized?
Well, yeah,
Yeah. We're gonna land with 50. No final configuration change below 300.
40, there's a Cherokee
Just pitch for
just off
85.
your left, on final 9 left. Do you have him? Just 9 Bravo Golf, turn left at the end, taxi to your ramp. Have a good one.
One left taxi, taxi to the ramp. Thank you. 789 Bravo Golf.
40, just extend downwind, I'll call your base.
Extend downwind, you'll call my base, 340.
Little 493, your number 2, following a Cherokee 1 mile final, runway 9 left, clear to land.
493 or follow traffic, number 2, clear to land 9 left.
Number 2332 Echo Melbourne Tower, make right base, runway 9 left. Report a 2 mile base
50.
over the interstate highway.
Full
Report
power.
a 2 mile right base for runway 9 left. No, 32 Echo.
Rotate. Toga.
Fit 40,
Toga.
just off your left on final for 9 left. Pass behind the Cessna. Change to runway 9 right.
Alright, so what do we need to do differently on that one?
oh, all kinds of stuff. Let me just concentrate on this for a
Clear
second.
to land, 340.
I've got 85 to climb, and we're going to turn left.
240 Melbourne
No
Tower.
flaps, not yet.
Let's use some trim, my friend. We're not trimming. You see how much control we're doing right now?
Yeah.
Use some trim. Let's relieve those pressures. Make our life easy, right? We're in a serious. This is calm. Rolling's level here for me, guys.
Come again?
Yeah.
Fit 48 Melbourne Tower. After departure, turn right heading 100.
I want to get to 85.
It's your flaps up.
And then I can get my flaps up.
Caps is available.
Oh, we're already at 600. Caps is available.
And that wasn't for you. Your number 1, runway 9 right, clear to land.
Runway 9 right, clear to land, number 1, 340.
Number 2742 Quebec, guys, go ahead and do a request.
Melbourne
Tower, checking 9210 Bravo. You want me to get left off Mike on 9 left?
010 Bravo, affirmative. Turn left at Mike, taxi back to 9 left via Kilo, advise me.
Tower, taxi 2 Echo, 2 mile right base.
800.
Charlie 42 Quebec, taxi via Kilo 1, Kilo, Charlie. Hold short, runway 9 or left at Charlie.
Alright, 900. We want to be 50-50 because we're being the number.
Cirrus 1 Charlie Kilo, your number 2, following a Cessna, very short final, they are full stop, rolling 9 or left, clear touch and go.
Number 2, 9 left, clear touch and go, Cessna in sight, 31 Charlie Kilo.
Number 3 2 Echo, change to runway 9 or right,
Alright,
follow
surface
a
to get
Cherokee,
those
just
power
inside
back,
the interstate
flaps down.
straight and report the Cherokee in sight.
Looking for
Power
traffic,
first.
Cherokee in sight, number 2 for landing, runway 9 right.
Cessna 3 2 Echo, thanks. Number 2, runway 9 or right, cleared to land.
3-2 Echo, clear to land, 9 right.
Start our turn.
Cessna 3 2 Echo, you can plan a left at Quebec after landing.
Let's
Plan
get
a
that
left
power
at
into
Quebec after
25%,
landing,
please.
3 2 Echo.
Riddle 493, turn left at Mike, and what's your intention?
493 left at Mike, and we're going to text back to our runway.
Riddle 493, turn left at Mike, taxi back to runway 9 or left via Kilo. Advise me when you're ready for departure.
Okay.
493 left at Mike, left at Kilo, and we'll let you know we're ready
Let's
for
get those
departure.
flaps down to 100. Yep, I see him. He's on 9 right. Don't hit him. If you stare at him, you're probably going to fly towards him. Focus on what you're doing. Recognize him and continue. Alright, let's switch down. Smooth trim, my friend. We're doing a lot of work here.
Yes, we are.
There we go. That's better.
Melbourne Tower, Riddle, November 481, Echo Romeo. Melbourne Tower, Riddle 481, about 9 miles northwest of the airfield, inbound full stop.
Calling for the radio check, you're loud and clear. Riddle 481 Melbourne Tower, maintain VFR, report 5 miles northwest of Melbourne over the interstate highway.
481, maintain VFR, will report 5 miles northwest over the interstate.
Melbourne Tower 0, taxi via Quebec, back to
That's
ramp.
it.
Cessna 3 2
My
Echo,
controls.
yes, room to sidestep to 9 left.
3-2 Echo, we can sidestep.
Cessna 3 2 Echo, change to runway 9
All
left,
right.
clear to land.
Changing
Always do
runway
the
nine,
flaps
clear to land.
first.
Yes.
40, turn right
All
at
right,
Quebec,
so-
taxi Alpha Victor to your ramp.
Your transition is okay. We need to get that airspeed under control a little bit more.
Yeah.
We need to use some trim here. Yep. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and get onto the cross one here. I'm gonna demo one landing.
November 42 Quebec.
Rudder usage is getting better. You know, we're getting closer to the center line. That's very good.
Melbourne Tower, checking
We're kind of unsure with the inputs,
departure.
and that's because we have a headwind. So we're doing a little bit of over controlling on that one. Alright, so I got 85 positive rate.
Oh, sure, no,
That's coming up. I'm just gonna hold my pitch here, let the airplane accelerate. We'll keep it coordinated. Good. Alright, so look at this.
Other
We're
aircraft
trimmed
flying,
out,
say again.
all good to go. Minimal control over this.
Diamond Star, November
The captain's available. Okay.
Diamond Star 230 Delta
We're
Sierra
gonna
Melbourne.
start slowly bringing the airplane around. Just 3 fingers, it's about all it's gonna take. It's gotta hang out here, keep that climb coming.
November 230 Delta
We need to get this power back and we need to get established a lot sooner than we are.
Yes.
'Cause that's throwing you for a
November
loop
32
here.
Echo, turn left at
But
Mike,
we're only at
taxi to your ramp.
700
It's
now.
fine, it's fine. Things are gonna happen quick. Just look at the transition. Okay. Gonna level off here. There's my altitude. Level.
5 miles northwest.
Power back.
November 42 Quebec, cross runway 9 or
Flaps
left, with short
50.
runway 9 or right.
Trim. Okay, we're a little late, but you know, now we're stable. Last time we went here, and now we're just, it's okay. You know, just power back.
Cirrus 1
25%.
Charlie Kilo, traffic departing prior to your arrival, rolling 9 or left, clear touch and go.
Traffic prior, 9 or left, clear touch to go, 1 Charlie Kilo. Alright, so now we're just going to let it kind of settle in here at about 2.5 degrees. We're looking pretty good.
Left, clear for takeoff.
Descend a little bit longer, but you know, that's fine. This is about where we want to turn our base. So we'll just kind of hang out here and we'll trim it out. Just kind of, you know. The last one, you were working real hard here. We were real tight on our side stick. Whenever you notice yourself doing that, lighten up the grip, trim it out, and then just minimize your inputs, because that's kind of making it harder for yourself here. So this is going to let it stabilize about 90. Flaps will go to 100.
Over the interstate.
It's going to balloon, but I'll let those flaps kind of slow me down, and I'm going to bring it in right here to runway 9 left. Now, what you need to do a little bit better job on of the next one is just airspeed control, right? You're getting the transition to the flare pretty good, but we're kind of getting a little slow, getting slow and kind of dropping it. So just out of a technique, slowly bring the power back a little bit more, but where you're flaring it is pretty good here. You see how we're nice and, we're on glide. Right on our number, it's looking pretty stationary. Last time we were too low here, so I'm just kind of looking outside at this point, glancing in every 3 or 4 seconds or so, checking on my speed. But I'm just looking at that number, looking at my glide here. Alright, so we're keeping it coming down. I'm just kind of manipulating my throttle by smoothly pulling it back here, but not all the way to the detent. Just smoothly back to help me kind of keep it coming down, right? Just like this. Yeah, it's a little bit too much sync, so I just put more power back to slow it up. That'll help soften up my approach. So you're flaring it around here and you're kind of chopping it. And then you're doing this. You see how we're kind of getting slow? So just kind of keep the power in, level it off here, and then hold it off. You see how much softer this is and how much more gradual the transition is? So that's the difference.
Did you have right aileron in? Because I thought you mimicked exactly what I did with that little, hey, I'm aiming more left than I want to.
I was slightly left of center, so intuitively I probably went a little bit to the right, but that was just to get on center line. There really isn't any crosswind correction needed for this landing, because we have a headline. So those are things to think about, okay? So I'm going to give you the airplane, I'll give it to you on the crosswind, and then we'll try to replicate it, okay? You're doing pretty good. We just need to get a little bit more stable on that flare, and we need to make sure that we trim it out, right? Because if we're over controlling, it's just making it harder for yourself. So, note to self, feel unstable, loosen up that grip, use some more trim, and then kind of continue from there. All right, your controls.
My controls.
Your controls. Caps is available.
Caps available, yeah.
Just 1 Charlie Kilo, extend your down one, I'll call your base.
You got it, extend down one. Extend down, you'll call the base, 1 Charlie Kilo.
Fuel and balance. So I can extend at flaps 50-50? So I don't go so far?
Use some trim. You see how you're kind of yanking?
River 481, you can turn left at taxiway Mike, taxi Kilo to runway 9 to left. Verify your
Get some more power in there, my friend. We're just leveling.
41 will take a left on Mike, and then Kilo would like to have a northwest departure.
Copy northwest from 481.
Trim. Set the pitch where you want it in trim.
Tower 358, Lima Mike, RNF 9er right for shelter.
0 Delta Sierra, where are you going to be parking?
Shelter, 0 Delta Sierra.
0 Delta Sierra, you can turn left on Alpha, cross runway 5, left on Delta, hold short 9 right.
Turn left on Alpha, cross runway 5, turn left on Delta, and hold short runway 0 Delta.
Just 1 Charlie Kilo, turn the base, there'll be a departure prior to your arrival, runway 9 left, clear, touch and go.
Turning base, departure prior, 9 left, clear touch and go, 1 Charlie Kilo.
Alright, so I want to be...
You ready to go? Riddle 493, ready for departure.
Riddle 493, proceed northbound
Can
prior to the
we
VOR,
pitch down
runway 9
and
left,
get some
clear,
speed
takeoff.
here? Add a little bit of power if we
Riddle
need to, don't get me
493,
slow.
clear for takeoff and proceed north of there.
You can add a little bit of power. Good job.
Riddle 493, just turn northbound prior to the VOR, please. Start your taxi, your departure roll, please.
Riddle 493, we'll start our roll. We're going to turn northbound before the VR.
November Tower, November 7266 Delta, over Evander 1500, requesting a full stop landing at Atlantic. We got information, Tango.
66 Delta, Melbourne, right base, entry 9 left, 42 mile right base.
66 Delta, more 2 miles, on the right.
Riddle 481, start your taxi back to the runway, please.
481, roger, we'll start taxi.
I have 50% flaps, but
Now
I'm
you
a
can
couple of
slowly
miles
start
out.
bringing the power back. Not all the way, but just enough to prevent us from overspeeding. We can get the rest of our flaps down.
Or RNAV 9 right.
You still want to be a little high
Delta
here.
91 Echo Melbourne, are you ready?
I'm on glide path, according to...
Let's get those flaps down to slow us down just a wee bit, because he's probably going to send them.
arriving traffic. For landing.
Exciting.
Okay, Lima Mike,
Hey, you see how you just yanked?
right,
That's where you need trim.
Yeah, I'm finding my trim.
Full length, and we'll quick turn land. 358 Lima, Mike.
I want to be trimmed down for
2
my
Delta Sierra, you
speed.
can cross runway 9 right from Delta to Kilo and continue Sierra 1 into shelter.
Close 9 right and 5 kilos to Sierra 1, 0 Delta.
Riddle 493, turn right about 20 degrees, please.
Riddle 493, right about 20 degrees.
Keep some power in there as you're coming down. Not that much, just a little bit. Don't go full idle yet. Flatten it
Delta,
up.
there's a Phenom
Power
on final
out.
for 9 right. Short
Hold
climb,
it
you'll
on.
pass
Hold
behind
that
him,
pitch.
caution wake turbulence.
Hold the
You'll be number 1
pitch.
for runway 9 left and clear the lane.
You see,
There will
I've
be a departure
never
before
let
you
that
arrive.
pitch out.
66 Delta, clear
Full power. Toga button. So that would have, that probably would have been one of your softest landings, but
fly runway heading at the river,
fine.
proceed
Good job.
southbound.
Good
Runway
job.
9 left for takeoff.
The only reason I accelerated is because we rotated a little bit faster, or a little bit slower on my takeoff. Climb out like normal. Alright, I just want you to remember this. Once we get into ground effect and we're in that flare, no refunds. Don't ever let that nose come back down. Just hold it on.
Yep.
Okay, no refunds. Good, rolling's up here, please.
Alright, Lima Mike, continue down the runway, left at the end, taxi Sierra.
Let's try flaps 50% landing.
Left at the end,
Okay,
shelter,
50%.
358 Lima, Mike. Good day, thanks.
Yep.
And caps should become available shortly.
Caps. Watch your pitch. Watch your pitch. Pitch down, please. Watch your pitch.
Yep.
Alright, I want you to start taking some of the radios.
I can barely hear him. All I catch is Charlie Kilo after he says something.
Well, we got the volume up.
That's his volume,
Charlie
not
Kilo,
you.
you're going to follow the Cessna on a 1.5 mile final, runway 9 left, clear touch and go, left traffic prior to the VOR.
Follow the Cessna, clear, touch and go, 31 Charlie Kilo.
Alright, let's get back up to 1,000 feet, please. Our Cessna is off our left.
Melbourne Tower, Riddle 493, we would like to make.
Riddle 493, say again?
Riddle 493, we would like to make.
Power back. Power back.
Little 493, can you say again, please?
Little 493, like to terminate.
So he's not calling our base. We're just following the Cessna?
Yep, he's past, he's by Wickham. You're good. Power back.
So we're doing 50% flaps, which means we want to do...
1 Charlie Kilo, turn to base, please.
Turn in our base, 3-1 Charlie Kilo.
The traffic you're following is at the threshold.
Saw him, sorry. Oh, he's not too happy about that one. He's over there.
What one?
He's Cessna. He's
Melbourne
at the
Tower.
threshold. He's just upset because we didn't turn earlier.
Left a kilo, ready for northbound
Get over
departure.
it. He's over the numbers. You're good. Just act natural. Let's get our flaps.
Little 41, Melvin, did you call
we're
ready?
only going 50 this time, right?
Oh yeah, you're right. You're right. Sorry, kidding. What airspeed are we looking for?
Well, 85 over the threshold.
66 Delta, you can turn left at Mike, taxi Mike to the ramp.
90.
66 Delta turning left at Mike.
Use that trim.
Melbourne Tower,
Use your trim.
57, over abandoned with information tango, requesting full stop back at FIT.
Trim up.
57 Melvin Tower, fly straight into runway
Gotta
5
flatten it out.
and
Bring that
report a
power
3-mile
weed
final.
Just a bit back.
Flying straight into runway 5, reporting a 3-mile final, 57.
95 is too fast, so we want to...
So would you consider this a stabilized approach? No.
No.
Go around.
Go around.
Go around, please.
Go.
Full power, please. Announcer, go around.
Melbourne Tower, 3-1 Charlie, Kilo's going around.
1 Charlie Kilo, make left traffic.
Make left traffic, 3-1 Charlie, Kilo.
Get your speed, get your flaps.
Melbourne Tower to 493, just letting you know we're going to terminate.
Alright.
Little 493, there's nothing for you to terminate, ma'am. You weren't getting flight following or anything.
South to go to 493.
What were you saying?
You got parallel runways.
Caps.
Normally on the go-around, you would offset a little,
ready to go.
but not...
It's better to offset towards the inside here.
Little 41, turn northbound prior to the VOR, runway 9 left to the takeoff.
Alright, so
will turn
on this one,
prior to the VOR,
right,
9 left, clear for takeoff.
to make smaller corrections, you have to utilize more of your trim.
1 Charlie Kilo, just curious, was that
I'm trying to find the trim that gives me the least resistance. I don't know.
Due to pilot training, it was a go around. 3-1 Charlie Kilo. Just curious. We went around, dude. Like, I don't know what you want me to tell you. We're training. We were unstable. We went around. Leave us alone. Alright. So here we are. We're going to go flaps 50.
50% power, downwind, 50-50.
Yep.
At 1,000. Great shape this time because we started higher up.
Alright, look at my thumb. Look how I'm trimming it out. I'm actively trimming on this approach.
57, runway 5, cleared to land.
Okay, we're going to get this all stabilized, set up.
Clear to land, runway 5, 57.
All hunky-dory.
Melbourne Tower,
Beamer.
31 over radiation.
1,000 foot marker power, come back to 25.
Hit 3-1 Melvin Tower, right base entry, runway
Look
5.
at what I'm doing. I'm already trimming to maintain this pitch attitude. Help my airplane get on speed. So we're going to let it kind of stabilize right on here. We'll start our descent coming in here. Keeping it coming back. I'm going to extend just a little bit further, probably like halfway to the landfill to give myself enough room to get on speed here. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and turn our base. So here, all I need to do is just kind of flatten out my pitch here. If I just kind of flatten it out, if I keep my pitch here, you see how we're picking up airspeed as I come around this corner?
Yeah.
So I'm just going to kind of flatten it out, let that airspeed kind of bleed off, and I'm trimming.
Sort of flatten it a little, trim back, okay.
Yeah, but it's mainly trim here is what I'm using. Alright, that's going to help me make a lot more fine-tuned adjustments. Alright, so this is looking pretty good. We're getting on speed, you know, we're looking at 90.
Little 481, squawk VFR, please.
41.
Slowing it down to about 85 as I turn around the corner here. Tower, 3 on Charlie Kilo looking for clearance.
1 Charlie Kilo, you're clear touch and go 9 left.
Clear touch and go 9 left, 3 on Charlie Kilo. Alright, so here we are. A little fast, but that's not the end of the world here. What I can do is just flatten out my approach just a little bit, bring the power back, and that prop is essentially going to act like a speed brake. You see how it's starting to help me settle? I was probably a little too close here, but that's okay. Once I get it back on glide, I'm going to get that power back in, and then just kind of manipulate my throttle. Just keep me on speed. So I'm just kind of keeping my pitch nice and constant here. We're nice and trimmed out. And then all I'm going to do is just adjust my power to manage my descent down to the runway. Okay, so we're keeping my pitch here, looking pretty good. Keeping it coming down. I'm a little high, so power's coming back. I'm keeping my pitch right where it's at.
To the ramp, monitor ground.
Left turn at
Keeping it coming back, looking straight down the runway here. Power's still in. I'm in ground effect. I'm ready to land. Power comes back, and I'm just going to hold it here. Flaps 50. Full power. Toga button. It's going to pop right back up because we have a lot of speed. So that's fine. And then we'll just kind of climb out here.
So, it seemed to me that once you got power to 25 on the
Orlando is on 3265, right?
descent leg,
Yeah.
you left it there until you finally were really on final, and then you jockeyed power once with pitch just steady.
Yes.
So it was power down, pitch on the rest of the final leg and the base leg and whatever to get it set at 85, whatever.
Yes.
And then you just jockeyed the power
For my glide path.
on the
But it was very small corrections.
Yep.
I didn't like Gatsville. I wanted to make minor power adjustments. If you're going to be anywhere on the power, it's going to be a little bit less than 25 because if you pitch down too much, you'll pick up too much airspeed, right? So really, once I get it back to 25, I'm getting established at 100, and I'm just going to fly a little bit flatter pitch angle to help me prevent from overspeeding. Because I know once I turn with the flaps 50% landing, the airplane's going to want to overspeed, which I don't want, right? So on a normal landing, when I'm anticipating adding flaps, I can get away with pitching down a little bit more because I know those flaps are going to slow me back down.
Yep.
With flaps 50s and flap zeros, you can't do that, so you need to make sure that you're trimmed out and ready to go so that whenever you turn the corner, you're not picking up 10 knots of airspeed. Your controls?
231 left of Romeo Fox, Victor to the ramp.
Your controls.
Left at Romeo, Fox, Victor to the ramp, 31.
Alright, so we're at 1,000 and 100, and with flaps 50 on this leg.
Okay, so go and pull your power
Pull the
back.
power back to 25.
Yeah. Now you should be trimming right away. Trim.
Trim.
Pitch up. Flatten out that pitch. Pull back smoothly. Right around there. That's where you want to hang on.
9 left, clear touch and go.
At 100. Okay.
9 left, clear touch and go. 3 on Charlie Kilo. Alright, good. Right around there.
Okay. And
Better.
then
Alright, now give yourself plenty of room on final here. Go ahead and start your turn. Good. Now kind of square it up. Rolling's level. Give yourself plenty of time to get on speed. Good. Rolling's level here. Good. Alright. You see how that nose just dropped when you picked up all that airspeed? That's what you're trying to avoid on a flap 50. You need to make sure the nose doesn't go below this pitch
so I
angle.
want to be at 85 now, or I would be 95 on this leg, right?
Okay, turn.
Oh, but
You see, look at all that airspeed. You see how you let the nose drop and you have all the airspeed?
Yep.
So that's what I'm saying. You need to keep your pitch shallow throughout your turns, or you're picking up 10 knots of airspeed, and now you're fighting to get the airplane slow. Pitch down.
Yep.
But it needs to be a nice, consistent pitch angle, right? So we just dip down. We're going to pick up like 10 knots of airspeed here. And now you're going to be fighting to try to get it back on speed as we get on final.
500.
Alright. Play with the pitch. May not make this, but play with the pitch. Pitch for 85. This is where you were just jockeying power.
Are you stable? Can you land in the first
No,
third?
I can't.
What should you do?
I'd like to try, but
Go
go around.
Go around. Full power.
Oh, God. Melbourne Tower, 31 Charlie Kilo is going around again.
1 Charlie Kilo, left traffic again.
Left traffic. 31 Charlie Kilo.
It's a good time to get all your go-arounds in.
Somebody being sarcastic that I can't hear.
Yep, he's being a smartass. Coordinated. Alright, so your pitch. Keep it at the flight director here. Pitch down.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. So that's what I'm saying. You have to keep your pitch constant. If you do your turn and that nose drop, you just picked up 5-10 knots of airspeed. If you do that twice, just like on that approach, you didn't have enough time to bleed off the airspeed to get stable.
Yep.
So that's what I'm saying. You need to use your trim so you can make small adjustments so you give yourself enough time to get on speed here. So why are we idle here?
Because we were trying to get the right
1 Charlie Kilo, runway 9 to left, you clear touch and go or go around.
9 left, clear touch and go or go around. 3 on Kilo. Let's get that power in. Having power idle, it's not a good solution. It's pitch control is what you're struggling with here. Because if you pull this power, we're going to be low and slow. So it's not the power. We need to trim and maintain a constant pitch.
Trim. So trimmed for 90 right now. So we're way high. It doesn't take long to get down, does it?
Yep, but now our descent rate's 1,500 feet per minute. Go around, full power, full power. Back controls. Alright, I'm gonna ask for a short approach so I can demo the power off 180. But
Okay, yeah, that's a good idea because this one isn't going anywhere.
tower, 3 on Charlie Kilo.
1 Charlie Kilo, Melbourne.
I'd like to request a couple short approaches, 3 on Charlie Kilo.
Hey, 1 Charlie Kilo, base your discretion, 9 left, clear touch and go.
Base high discretion, 9 left, clear touch and go, 3 on Charlie Kilo.
Melbourne Tower, fit 39 over abandoned with information Tango, requesting full stop for 9.
Alright, so the power off 180 is simulating that we decided to take the airplane down to the runway, okay? So, how do we go about managing our flaps, approach, airspeed, and slips
Good morning, it's Fit
Caps
39
is
over
available
information Tango.
to safely get this airplane down the runway. How does it glide? How does
Hey,
it feel?
59 to Melbourne, good afternoon. Right base entry for 9 right, 42 mile right base.
Alright, so essentially what we're going to do is we're going to get up to traffic pattern altitude.
39.
The key thing here is the airplane falls. It just drops. The descent rate's going to be pretty good. So I need to pick a point that I need to try to aim to get into ground effect by to make my runway. So I'm going to use the number because it's a nice big point, and every decision I make is going to be based off of trying to make that runway number. Okay. So I'm going to close the throttle beam the 1,000-foot marker, and we'll go ahead and switch tanks. The throttle's idle, so we just lost our engine, right? We glided it. Now we're trying to make our runway. So I'm going to pitch immediately for best glide. And if you look, our descent rate's pretty significant here. So I'm going to start turning immediately. Alright? So in the event that we did decide to try to make this runway, we need to start heading right for our runway, okay?
Yep.
So I have plenty of altitude to play with, so I'm feeling pretty good about it here. So I'm going to kind of square up my base and keep this turn coming around. So I know I have my runway made. Our airplane's going to start sinking pretty good here, so I'm going to kind of just keep my turn coming.
I've got question, Coast Guard 6528. What was the position?
Feeling pretty high, so I'm going to go flaps 50. Just kind of pitch down and keep my pitch coming down for
Coast Guard
9 left here.
6528, and where will you park at the Melbourne Airport?
Okay, I know I have my runway made by this point, so I'm going to go ahead and go full flaps.
Coast Guard 6528, Roger. Continue down the interstate, turn final for runway 9 right. You can expect full length of 9 right for landing.
6528, we'll go.
Fit 39 and proceed to the numbers for 9 right.
Proceeding to the numbers for 9 right, Fit 39. Window 646,
Flaps 50, full power.
646 Melbourne Tower, fly runway heading at the O'Galley Causeway, proceed northwestbound, runway 5, clear for takeoff.
I probably could have got my flaps down a little bit sooner in order to make my point there, because I was high. But really all I'm trying to see on this one is that we can make our runway. That's all we really care about with this maneuver and this checkout, is that we make the runway and make the appropriate corrections to go ahead and do so. So I'll let you filling up you want to try it on the next one?
I might as well.
Okay.
Fit 39, short base, 9 right.
Fit 39er, cleared to land 9 right.
Clear to land 9 right, Fit 39.
Information uniform is current at Melbourne, the altimeter 3014. 1 Charlie Kilo, turn base, your discretion, runway 9 left, cleared, touch and go.
Base our discretion, 9 left, clear, touch and go, 3 and Charlie Kilo.
So basically at the 1,000-foot markers.
You're going to pitch now, so it's going to be your controls here in a second. Your controls.
Okay, my controls.
Controls, I got your power.
Hey, Fit 46, can you swap the VFR, please?
Alright, so you just lost your engine.
Sure.
Okay, so
Swap VFR.
Now we just need to make our runway, so we're going to...
best glide's 100.
Yeah, keep it coordinated. Keep it coordinated, please. Left rudder, please. Left rudder. There we go.
Coast Guard 6528, are you familiar with Shelter?
So don't crowd it too much.
6528, affirmative.
So you're feeling a little high?
6528, just continue
Go
down
flaps
the
50.
runway, and at your discretion, you can sidestep into the shelter ramp. Landing at the shelter will be at your own risk.
6528, we'll go, landing at my own risk.
Put them down. Flaps down. Pitch down.
Fit 46, frequency change approved.
Pitch down for your number.
Fit 39 right at Quebec, continue Alpha Victor to the ramp, monitor ground.
Right at Quebec, Alpha Victor to the ramp, Fit 39.
Okay. Keep it coming down. Just hold that. Don't. Hold it. Hold it. Alright, flaps 50, full power. Toga. Patience. Rotate.
Purple bar is a magenta bar, whatever. So it's comfortable.
Alright. So we can try flap 0, or we can just make this our full stop here.
We're doing a flap 0 and a full stop at the same time?
Let's do a flaps 50 and let's try to make that one a full stop. Or do you want to do a couple more landings? How do you feel with that one?
I felt great with that one.
Good.
I need
Get your flaps up.
at least one more. Feeling the pitch flat stuff you're talking about.
Alright, so let's do another flaps 50%.
on the kilo basis, your discretion, runway 9 on left, clear, touch and go.
Base our discretion, 9 left, clear touch and go, 3 on Charlie Kilo.
Let's do a flaps 50% landing. All corrections, please. 30 degrees of the bank in the pattern. Around full power.
Melbourne Tower, 636, hold show runway 5 at Victor, ready for departure.
High control.
636 Melbourne Tower. There's a Cirrus departing runway 9 or left. You'll follow that traffic into the pattern for runway 9 or left, runway 5 for takeoff.
Alright, we're gonna make this a full stop.
Takeoff and left traffic, follow the traffic, 636.
Tower 3 on Charlie Kilo.
On Charlie Kilo, Melbourne full.
This one's gonna be a full stop.
On Charlie Kilo, cleared to land 9 left.
Clear to land 9 left, 3 on Charlie Kilo, thanks.
So I was high and faster than I should have been.
Yep.
But it was 50% flaps.
Because you had too much power in whenever you turn. You could have extended your base a little bit longer. You could have brought your power back a little bit more. If you were going to be that tight, you need to bring your power back, or this alternative was to extend your downwind so that even though we're descending at a slower rate, you have more time to slow the airplane down. I want you to be on the controls with me as we do this landing here. We're going to do another flaps 50. Whenever you pull the power back to 0, that works momentarily, but at a certain point, once you reintroduce that power and we're at the pitch that we're not supposed to be, then we're going to pick up too much airspeed, which is what happened to you. So what we're going to do is we're going to get a SAPS at 1,000. Here we are, 50-50. Power back, get on the controls with me. I want you to feel the pressure. You see how much pressure there is here? So that's a lot of pressure. I'm trimming to relieve that, and I'm setting the nose here. So that 2.5 degree mark, that's kind of my maximum. I don't really want the nose to go much below that, because if it does, that means I'm going to pick up a lot of airspeed. So my goal is to keep the pitch right around here. And I'm just going to, see how I'm trimming to relieve the pressure so I can keep it there? Okay, so now I'm going to turn, I'm going to let the nose fall. I want you to see what happens to the airspeed here, okay? So I'm going to let the nose go below where I told you I don't want to, and I want you to notice what happens to our airspeed. So if we're turning and the nose comes here, look at what's happening in that airspeed. We just picked up 5 knots. Now we're going to have to spend some time trying to get that out. I'm going to do another turn, but I'm going to keep my pitch right around there, nice and flat looking outside. Look at what happens to the airspeed on the next one.
So you're keeping your flat during the turn?
Yes.
Okay.
If I let that nose drop, I'm picking up airspeed, and now we're trying to fight it getting all the way down.
Okay.
But if I start my turn here, and I can keep my pitch right around here, you see how my airspeed's nice and consistent? And I can trim, we're actually bleeding off some speed now. Now all...
Trimming back.
Yes, you felt that? Okay, now all I need to do, I didn't pick up 5 knots, I'm starting from my baseline. If I keep my pitch here and I kind of flatten it out, look at how much more stable I am. Now I can bring the power back, airplane's slowing down how I want it to, and now that I'm on speed, I'm trimmed to keep that pitch nice and consistent here. Now that I have my pitch where I want it, I'm just visual. Okay, I'm visual now. All I'm doing now is just adjusting my power to control my descent rate. But I really want to keep my pitch here, because if I can keep my pitch here, you see how the nose really isn't moving?
Yep.
That means my speed really isn't moving. It'll fluctuate a little bit, but now I can just adjust my power, and I know if I keep my pitch here, once I start adjusting my power, that I'll keep my airspeed under control. So I'm adjusting my power to get down to adjust my glide here. Alright, so I'm just smoothly bringing the power back, help me keep coming down, my speed is nice and consistent. We're going to enter ground effect at 85, hold it off here, and I'm just going to hold my pitch, and we're just going to kind of let the airplane land. A little long.
1 Charlie Kilo, turn left when able.
We'll make a left at Quebec, 3 Charlie Kilo.
Big expedite down to Quebec.
Melbourne Tower, 50. Information uniform. At FIP runner area. Ready for taxi. Request stay in the pattern for touch and go.
The aircraft is requesting the taxi for the pattern. Ground frequency is 121.9er.
Tower 3-1 Charlie Kilo's off at Quebec.
Charlie Kilo, Kilo 1, Christian, Kilo 1 to the ramp.
Kilo 1 to the ramp, 3-1 Charlie Kilo, good day. Alright, so we're going to taxi here. So do you see how much of a difference that subtle change from 2.5 degrees made? Because that was
I'm only ever looking at speed. I never look at the degrees, and I'm
park
not looking outside enough. So I'm jockeying the speed.
So then, in or right face
where I see the number.
right,
I don't
but
know
did you
about 2.5 degrees.
yeah, but did you notice, I did that completely visual once I was on final. Did you see the nose move at all? In the landing?
No, not until we got over the runway and ground effects.
Exactly, so that's what I'm saying. Whenever we're on final, we need to find what pitch gets us to 85, and it's right around 2.5 degrees. So once I get that, and I'm trimmed, I don't even look inside anymore, besides just to glance in at the speed to make sure verify I'm not getting slow.
Yep.
After that, I was completely visual, and all I did was adjust my power to keep me coming down to my point.
Yep.
Right? You can tell visually when the nose is moving. Did my nose move at all on final?
No.
That's what I'm saying. So when I'm saying keep it flat, keep it right around 2.5 degrees. You need to visually verify outside what that looks like.
Yeah.
And if the nose looks like it does this, you just picked up 5 knots. And now you're going to be fighting, so that means you better widen out your approach and give yourself more time to do it.
Yep.
What you were struggling with today is you weren't recognizing when the nose dropped, so you picked up 5 or 10 knots, and then we were tight with a lot of power, so we were consistently high, fast, and weren't in a position to land in the first third.
Yep.
If you notice on my approach, what did I do? The first turn I intentionally let the nose drop, you saw the airspeed build, right? Your nose was coming down even further than that whenever we were turning. The second one, when we turned final, notice where the nose was. Did it seem like it dropped at all? You couldn't really tell it. It was
deliberate. I'm keeping second one, first one, whatever. I mean, I understand when you fly it and you showed me the nose drop, picking up speed. I was watching the speed.
right.
Now what I'm doing is when I'm in the turn.
Your nose is coming down to here. So
Yeah.
if this is where our pitch is, if I'm looking outside and we bank, our pitch should be like right around there. Your nose is going like this in space. And then you're bringing it back up. But by that point, by the time you bring it back up, you've gained 10 knots.
So it's one thing to pitch the wings, but keep the nose up.
You will pivot, right? So let's shut down the airplane so your hob isn't running. We'll talk about it.
Okay. Checklist. Fuel pump